Hey guys, it's your girl Lily Amoi, back at you with another video, and today I'm going to be creating my vision board. Now you might think, why now? Because it is February, but I think it's better late than never. Also, it's a lockdown in the UK, so it was a bit difficult getting certain things. I had to print the images that I was going to use on my vision board, in different sizes, and my printer wasn't working, and all the shops that I normally go to print are closed because they're not essential service. So it was a bit difficult getting the images. And I was ill for about 3 weeks in January, so that also delayed the process. But here we are. As I said, better late than never. And so why do I want to create a vision board? Well, this is my first time ever doing one, and the reason is I felt like, well, for most people 2020 was not good, and for some people it was terrible. It affected a lot of people in many different ways, and for me, I felt like I didn't really achieve much. And I might be doing myself an injustice, but I didn't feel like I achieved much. I did learn to garden, but it wasn't something I set out to do. It was just something I did because of lockdown and then being stuck at home. But I just felt like there was a lot that I didn't achieve. And so this year I started off with a lot of things that I want to achieve, but I also want to make sure that I do that. And I also need to keep focused because there are some big, real kind of key life-changing things that I need to do. And I thought to myself, well, let's try something I've never done before to help keep me on track. Let me try creating vision boards have worked for many people to help them manifest their goals, and let me create one too as a constant reminder. So the way I've created it is something that I can hang up in a room, that I can see it every day in the house, or at least be reminded of it on a regular basis. So I created the vision board to keep me focused on my goal, to help me visualize my goal. And I thought to myself also, the effort that I put into creating the vision board means that I'm serious about achieving what I need to achieve. By the grace of God, I will get there, but I have put an effort into going out, getting the frame. So I got my frame from the range because it was open, and it was £7.49, and it's quite a big frame. And then I covered it, and then I used backing paper, and then I went and searched and found my images, and you will see that found my images online that represented what my goals were. And then I spent time cutting out the images, then sticking them down and all that stuff. And I did that because I'm committing to achieving these things. I mean, for one of them, I do need your help, so please do subscribe to my channel. But I'll take you through, once we create the board, exactly what my goals are. There's some details, some things I won't go into too many details about. You have to stay tuned to the end of the year, and then see you'll get the full details of what actually my goals are and if I achieve them. And that was the other thing. I wanted to create a vision board so that I could reflect back on the year, because I said to you just now that 2020 I didn't achieve anything, and that's how it felt. But actually, if I sat down and really wrote down and really thought about it, I might be able to find a couple of things that I did differently, or ways in which that I felt, things that I achieve. But the fact is, we don't tend to write these things down. We don't tend to reflect back on the year that we've had. So I'm hoping that this vision board allows me to do just that, to really have that reflection of what is it that I've done. These are the things that I set out to do, and I achieved them. Right guys, so the first thing I did was to add this sticky back paper onto the back of the frame. I did that really just for decor, add a bit of texture to just make it look pretty, so we weren't seeing the kind of, you know, looking colour at the back. I also got some glitter paper, you know, keeping that kind of silver and black theme, because I do want to put this up so that I can see it and it's be a reminder of what I'm trying to achieve this year. So I've got some paper that I've then put the images and the words of the things that I want to achieve, and I'm going to take you through that once we put this all together. I then use put, you know, just some glue dots to stick them in place, hold them in place. The frame, I have got a, you know, clear glass, well it's not really glass, clear plastic that goes over this, so don't worry too much. If you do have that sort of frame, then don't worry too much about you know, needing to stick everything down really well, as long as it's holding in place. So as you can see, I've done this one earlier, and yeah, they're fairly secure, and once the plastic goes over this, then it will be fairly secure anyway. So I'm going to continue sticking this down and you know, finish off everything, and then you know, sit down and we can talk through all my goals for 2021. So voila, this is the final product, you guys. My first ever vision board, and I'm really happy with how it's come out. You know, we've got a bit of bling, you know, the colors. I wasn't, because to be honest, I did think of making it all kind of black and white to keep in with the theme, but then there was just some things that needed to be color, and I wasn't quite sure, but actually I like the little bit of color in there. I think if it was black and white, then it would just all blend in, especially to the grey and background, and you wouldn't be able to see certain things. So I like the colors, and it kind of they kind of blend and they kind of go together. So no, I'm really happy overall. But let me take you through what my goals are for 2021. And you can see, first I start by my word that sums up all I'm trying to achieve for 2021, and that is growth. I'm hoping to grow, and when I take you through the individual things, then you'll see, you know, all the areas in which I'm hoping to experience growth, both in my personal and professional life. And if we start at the top here, I'll just bring it over. So we've got learning and development here in the corner, and that big yellow kind of symbol you can see represents a professional qualification that I want to get, that's going to increase my employability, you know, and therefore also increase my salary, all that lovely stuff, increase you know, if I choose to go contracting rather than being a payee, then you know, that will also increase my attractiveness overall to potential clients. So that represents growth. And then underneath that we've got renovations, and that's just a project that I've started in Jamaica for myself and my family, and yeah, I'm really excited about that I've wanted to do that for a very long time, and I've just started it this year, 2021. My goal is to really complete that by the end of this year, or at least 90% completed by the end of this year. As I said, this video is a bit late, and creating this vision board has been delayed, but better late than never. And some of these things I've already started you know, doing, because obviously I kicked those activities off at the beginning of the year, but but it's still to help me focus. It's good, still good to have it visualized like this. And the next thing, the next area of growth is around my relationship. And that's in twofold: my relationship with my husband and my relationship with the Creator. So we've been married for 9 years, and our marriage has really transformed over the last 5 years, and we have really made strong commitments to just keep on each year reflecting and trying to grow, because we naturally grow as people, and sometimes you can outgrow your relationship, or people can change. So we've just made a commitment to grow together by God's grace, and also grow together spiritually as well. And so the other area that I want to focus on is my relationship with God. Really trying to, I think love isn't just saying it, but it's actions. And if I say I love the Father, I love God, then I should be doing things to prove that love. So I want to read more. I've set myself a challenge of reading a Bible chapter a day. It might not sound a lot to some people, but for me it is a lot, because I sometimes go days without reading. I'm just being honest here. Sometimes days without reading a word in the Bible. So for me, reading a chapter a day is something I'm challenging myself to do, and hopefully strengthen that relationship I have with God. And then over this side I've got travel. So this is the fun stuff. This is travel. I went to Tanzania and I might put out some videos around that. I went there during the lockdown for a month in November, and I fell in love, and I would like to go again. I also would like to go and visit my mom in Jamaica. So those two things I'm hoping to do. As you know, at the moment we can't travel, so for tourists, for vacation. But when the lockdown restrictions ease, then we might be able to do that. However, with Tanzania, it's going to be a little bit more tricky because it's on the no-fly list, and it's on the list that if I travel there, when I come back, I have to quarantine. So until that changes, that might be a bit tricky. But we'll see how that goes. And you might think, well, why are going on holiday? How is that a goal for 2021? And the reason why it's a goal, because I have to make real sacrifice in order to make that trip happen. Because my other goal down here is about saving, and I have a set number. I won't tell you what it is. At the end of the year, I will tell you what it is and tell you if I was able to reach that target. But I have a set amount a target that I need to reach for my savings. And actually, if I don't make a real sacrifice, if I don't budget well, then I won't be able to save that amount and still make any of these trips. So it's going to really take some budgeting skills to be able to do that. And my other goal, besides savings, that I really, really do need your help for is, I would like to get to 5,000 YouTube subscribers this year. So I really need your help to get there. So please do like, share and subscribe, and stay tuned. I'll be making lots more content and putting it out. So I really want to grow my channel. Help me grow and subscribe. Press that button. Do it now. Come on. I'll wait. Okay. Thank you very much. You're helping me achieve my 2021 goal. So the other area that I really want to focus on this year is health and well-being. And, I've always struggled with my weight, and I'm always been a big girl, but I'm the biggest and heaviest I've ever been. And so I really want to get down, you know, by 50 pounds this year. So that's probably the only area I don't want to have any growth in is in my waistline. But I really want to lose 50 pounds this year, and these pictures are just kind of just the pictures and reminders of the size that I felt more comfortable at. I think that's realistic. I don't want to do it by any fad diets. I don't want to do it, you know, by quick fixes. What I do want to do is long-term changes in the way that I'm eating to create have a healthier diet, a healthier lifestyle that then naturally means that I lose the weight, because I think that's the only way that I'm going to keep it off, because I've made permanent changes and sustainable changes as well. In the past, where I've tried to focus on just losing weight, it's not worked. So I want to grow my knowledge of the right foods to eat, growing my knowledge of what's best to put in my body, you know, what I need to do to keep active, all those stuff. But we're not, we want to actually lose some 50 pounds in this area. And then the other area that I'm looking at, my other goal for this year is around investment, and that goal is, and I won't tell you any details about this. I'm going to keep this quite close to my chest, but it involves creating, you might be able to tell by the icons, but it involves creating 2 business plans for 2 ideas that I have, and that those business plans, you think, okay, that's quite easy, but actually no, I want 2 very comprehensive, very detailed business plan by the end of this year, for projects that I want to take forward for 2022. So that's going to take some time, and also you know, spend some time kind of researching information to pull that information together. So all in all, I think on this board, one of the biggest thing that I have to sacrifice is time. My time, you know, I have to obviously in some areas sacrifice money, but time is one of the key things. I'm going to have to find time to become, you know, be more active, find time to sit down and write these business plan, find time to create content for the YouTube channel, you know, invest in qualifications that I need, find time for my relationships, and sacrifice, you know, going out, and sacrifice buying clothes to be able to save for my savings targets, and also for my holiday budget as well. So yeah, this is my vision board. You know, this, as I said, is my first time, you know, and I'm hoping it helps me focus. It helps me stay on track, and helps me keep me motivated. If you think that you need to something, you know, you've got lots of things this year that you're trying to plan, and you want to help stay focused, then create one. You know, hopefully this video will help. But thank you.